Oh wow, what's more technical, gi or no gi? I don't, you know, the no gi stuff has gotten so much more technical recently. I think it's really hard to say which one is more technical, but I think for sure the guys that train gi and no gi are the more technical fighters for sure. If you're just doing one or the other, you know, it goes back to a long time ago. I was hanging out with Carlson Gracie Sr. and we were talking about gi and no gi stuff one day, and he told me, he said, look, if you get to the point where nobody can hold on to you with the gi and no one can do anything to you, that when you're training no gi, then no one will ever be able to do anything to you. I go back and forth, you know. I like to play, you know, lately I've been playing a lot more gi than no gi since I've been injured. You know, the gi is a little bit slower and stuff, but I love them both, man. I just love jiu-jitsu, gi or no gi, either one I'm in. I would definitely rather play on top. Right now, after back surgery, I got no bottom game. Anyone can pass my guard. I used to be a big guard jumper and a guard player, but now I really prefer the top. Oh gosh, I think they should allow steroids in sports, so I don't care either way. I think absolutely, absolutely. You know, when I lived in Brazil, I trained at a lot of different places. I got called a criança. I got kicked out of some of the schools that I was at. And I think that when you work your way up to like maybe purple belt or something like that, it's good to stay with one school, one system. Even to brown belt. But I think you have to open your eyes and you have to look. You know, it used to be a really strict thing that people didn't, go and train other places. But now everybody's cross training with everybody. If you look at, the sport compared to like Olympic or another professional sport, then you really have to realize to become the best that you're going to have to go train other places. I guess it just depends on the discipline. One thing I've noticed is that people that come in and train with us, if they've trained in another discipline, not so much that the other discipline might help, even if it was karate or stand-up or boxing, but learning how to learn enables them to get good a lot faster than somebody who hasn't trained in another sport. Oh, RNC from the back. I don't really drill that much anymore. I've been training so long with the drilling. I just, nowadays I just try to get in there and break a sweat, and get a good workout on. Back when I used to train at Half Gracie's, we drilled every day, all day, every day. I was training with guys like BJ Penn and Dave Camarillo, Cameron Earl, some of those guys. They were really big on drilling, and we would pick different positions every day and drill a lot. Oh God, 3 greatest Jiu-Jitsu fighters of all time. For me personally, definitely one of them has got to be Teddy. I love Teddy, man. Like when I used to go down to the Worlds when they were still in Brazil, and when Teddy would come on the mat, it was just amazing. He was such an amazing fighter. For sure, BJ Penn was one of the guys I started training out with. We gave him his nickname, the Prodigy, and stuff. So he was one of the best ever for me. And then I'll go back to my buddy Carlson too. Carlson is one of the best guys ever. Oh man, I trained with so many guys. I could never just pick one guy. When I lived in Brazil for 3 years, I was training all over the place, from Manaus all the way down to Porto Alegre, and I could never pick one guy. It's the best. 50-50 guard is awesome. Shitty rules are bad for Jiu-Jitsu. The 50-50 guard is an amazing position. We saw Ryan Hall do some sick stuff with it today, and so I like the position. I just don't like the rules that limit what can we do with the position. When you're seeing these guys using it just to get an advantage, since they don't allow heel hooks and stuff. Today we had a lot of heel hooks, but nobody got hurt. So I think bad rules hurt Jiu-Jitsu in 50-50. Yes, especially for black belt. Maybe not for white belts, but if you're a black belt, you should know how to defend all submissions. And you want to have Justin Rader. I haven't trained with him. He's one of my favorite guys, so I would train with him. Just come check out our sites, you know, onthemat.com, mylucky.com, and OTM Fight Shops.